Welcome back to In the Mix.
I'm Feature Rich.
And I'm Sina Khalil. First, let's start off by saying happy birthday to Feature Rich. As you see, she's wearing the pin, Birthday Princess.
Well, thank you, girl. Unfortunately, guys, this is our last episode.
Well, for the semester at least. We'll be back next semester for sure.
Well, let's jump right in it.
So now that summer is beginning, people are starting to hit the gym so hard.
Yeah, I've definitely been in there trying to get my summer body right.
Alexa has more on how to stay healthy this summer and be safe while doing it.
Let's check it out.
Summer means little to no classes and a less hectic schedule for most ODU students. However, having a healthy lifestyle is very important. Like lifting weights. Summertime heat is nothing to be played with, and neither is your health and nutrition. CHANTAL Matthews, ODU's health expert, gives us reasons why.
In the summer, you want to try to keep things a little bit lighter because you don't want to be dehydrated. So you want to make sure you're getting a really good intake of water, really good intake of fruits and veggies that have water contained in them. And as far as staying active, you know, the beach, everyone wants to go to the beach. So sometimes the beach body or that ideal in some people's minds is what keeps them motivated. But really just making sure you're keeping yourself hydrated while you're being active. And also knowing that you should be getting at least 3 to 4 days of physical activity, 30 minutes a day.
Yes, physical activity is important, but you must work out at your own pace, and ODU students already know about that.
If you want to run and you have a goal in mind, or if you want to lose some weight, you want to work up to it. You don't want to automatically, run a half mile and then run 2 miles a day later, because you can substantially cause an injury.
We have a program set out for us to do, and we have to follow it, and each week will increase in running distance.
Overall, drink plenty of water while working out this summer to hydrate your body. And better yet, take your workout outside and enjoy the beautiful summer weather.
She had some really good tips in there.
Yeah, she did. Up next, Jordan had the chance to interview Andrew Jackson about his adoption story.
This shall be interesting. Let's check it out.
My name is Andrew Jackson. I am 20, and I was adopted at birth.
We wanted a child. We thought the adoption was a good fit for us. We met with them. It was a closed adoption. We got to meet the biological parents. They got to interview us. We got to interview them. They thought we were a good fit.
It really wasn't a decision. We just wanted to extend it to our family, and we just got the call and we ran with it.
Goodness, I wasn't even aware that I was pregnant until I was probably 4 months along. And then once the pregnancy was confirmed, and with my current living situation, with the 2 children I already had, so I knew there was no way I could support 3 children on my own, because I knew that I was going to end up on my own because it was an abusive relationship.
I wanted to find out about my biological family when I found out I was adopted, but I couldn't, so I decided to wait until I got older and matured a little bit, so when I did meet them, I'd be ready.
When Andrew decided to meet his biological family, it came as a little surprise at first because he didn't tell us at first. He went through another family member.
I found out about them through me asking my parents and talking to my aunt and uncle. Through talking to my aunt and uncle, they gave me a number to a gentleman named Bill, and I called him, and we talked for a little while, and then he gave me the address to my biological mother's house.
Well, first I just walked to the mailbox. My husband and I had been gone for a week, so I had a stack of mail. And I just kept going through, junk and bills, and I was like, oh my gosh. And he sent me my letter in July. It was great.
The response initially was around 8 o'clock at night. I was just doing schoolwork, and I got a phone call. I looked at the phone and I didn't know who it was, so I just, turned it off, and I got a voicemail. I listened to the voicemail, and it was my biological mother.
He walked in, and I immediately knew it was him when I saw him, and ran up and gave him a really big hug, and then we kind of just stared at each other for a while in a non-creepy kind of way.
Driving to the location was just nerve-wracking because I didn't know how I was going to go. So when I got to the restaurant where we met, it was just natural. I'm glad I met them at the right time. I'm glad I waited because I was more mature and emotionally ready. I feel great that I finally met them, and that's it.
As far as Andrew, we think he's wonderful. We couldn't ask for anyone better.
I think Andrew as a son is a good, mature young man.
My mom and dad, Linda and Andy, they are my mom and dad, and they will always be. And I'm just grateful to met my biological mother and find out that I have a sister and a half-brother.
Oh, wow. That was a cool story.
Exactly. The fact that he went searching for his birth parents, he found them, and now they have a good relationship is amazing.
Right? I love those types of stories.
Speaking about interesting stories, Kenneth put together a great video about identity.
He got the chance to talk to some people about their identities and passions.
Let's check it out.
So start off by telling me your full name, your classification, and what are you studying here?
Is like my middle name too, or just?
No, you don't have to.
Oh, so my name is Mia Turner, and I am a junior. Yeah. I'm 21 years old, and my major is International Business Administration, and I have a minor in East Asian Studies.
Okay. What are you going to do with that?
So my main goal is to go to South Korea. Like, that's my main location, and that's where I want to be. It's very hard to say what it is that I want to do when it comes to reality and when it comes to, like, dreaming. I think in this world there's a toss-up between the two, and it depends on what kind of person you are to pick that route. And for me, I'm literally in limbo. I'm like right in the middle, so I haven't completely chosen yet. I think my dream job as to what I want to do is to be a bridge between South Korea's media, as in their music and their dance, their TV and stuff, and kind of be the bridge back to the US. As a reality job, I'll probably be somewhere in the business industry, which is what my major is kind of around. So like traveling and doing business and everything. So it's a toss-up between the two. Okay, so something interesting is I guess I've studied 5 languages.
What's the 5?
I did 4 years of French from middle school to high school. Oh, bless you. I did 4 years of French, and then I did a year of Spanish. I taught myself Korean, and then I came here to college and did a year of Japanese. And then there's English.
Yeah.
One word to describe me and my activities. Elaborate.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think that's the best word. The reason I picked labyrinth is because a labyrinth is like a maze. So there are many routes that you can take, and there are a lot of paths that you can go through, but the beginning and the end are very clear. So my intentions and what I want can be very clear, but the routes that I would take to get to that end can have many versions of itself. So that's why. To be honest, I don't think there has been anything that I've been tagged or put under in a category, because I feel like I fit or touch in a lot of different categories. So there hasn't been a situation where I feel like, oh, that's wrong, or, oh, I feel offended by that. So yeah, I don't think there has been one. I think identity is your raw element. Each person has their own craft. Each person has their own way of thinking about something. They have their own talents and their own skills that they themselves condone and they themselves mature with. And I think that your identity has nothing to do with outside sources. It's all your own element, so it comes from your core.
Name one hobby that you do that identifies you as a person.
Dancing.
Awesome. Why dancing?
I actually did ballet, jazz, and tap when I was little. I didn't like it, so I stopped. And then I switched over to hip hop. And when I started doing that and like R&B type of style, I felt comfortable. And there were a lot of things that were going on that did not make me comfortable. And because of that comfort, I was able to find a place to let go. And so that's why I use that as an identity, because when you know your identity, you're comfortable. And so that's my area, my space that allows me to do that. I don't know, like the video is about identity, right? And the video is about how people identify themselves as. And identity is I, which means it's you, which means you shouldn't care about all of the outside or third party opinions or things that can waver you. So I just really want people to be able to find what it is that they love, even if they're not good at it, and just try. Because a lot of people don't understand that you can do it, but the only thing that's stopping you is you, really. Like, if you want it, you can get it. That's it. That's all it is. So I just really hope that people start believing in themselves and thinking that they can do something, even though everything else is saying they can.
What's up, guys? My name is Logan Walker. I'm a sophomore at Old Dominion University, and I'm studying mass communications. One interesting fact about myself as it pertains to my major, well, one interesting thing I can do, I can make water drop noises with my mouth. Nah, but on a serious note, interesting fact about myself as it pertains to my major, well, I decided to be a mass communications major based on what I used to do in high school. My senior year, I was senior class president in senior class council, so I had to host a lot of events. I did the morning announcements and afternoon announcements, and over time, people were like, okay, you know, I really like your voice. I really like how you speak, how you pronounce everything, and your energy. So when I started doing mass communications, I was like, well, wow, I can probably get a job or start a career in anchoring, something to do with broadcasting, being on television. One word I would say that would describe me, definitely charismatic. I have a lot of energy. I'm always active. I like to talk, as you can no doubt tell. I like socializing with people. I'm a funny person, or at least I would like to think so. And I just bring charisma. I like to bring a lot of excitement to other people. I had a hairline in those, though. I was bored that day. I felt like this shit, too. God. All right. Has anybody portrayed me as something that I wasn't? Yeah. In middle school, I was considered the whitest black kid because of how I spoke and how I presented myself to the public, the way I dressed, how I acted, had the way I pronounced words. And it was it kind of offended me more because it was kind of stereotyping my entire race of African Americans to be something that they're not, and to call me white because I speak proper or I dress a certain way, it kind of frustrated me at that point. So that was something that people used to portray me as throughout a lot of my teenage years up until early high school. Today, the way I identify myself just a little bit different than I did when I was younger, just because I'm a lot older now. With me being a lot older, I present myself in a professional way in certain situations. Other times I'm laid back, you know, being in college, right? So I'm not gonna identify myself as something that I'm not, because me being who I am and how I am in every aspect of it is why people like me today, is why I'm accepted by everybody, by just being myself. So, you know, the TVs were kind of big still back then, kind of thick old TVs, and it was on a shelf in my bedroom. So I'm sitting there watching Jumanji for like the 1000th time. and it falls on me, like the TV falls on me, and I'm stuck under the TV, can't move nothing for like 20 minutes. So at that point, I swear I was convinced, like when my parents told me the story when I was older, I was convinced that I was meant to be on TV, because I mean the TV fell on me. So, doing life. So with me, I like to do music. I work on a lot of music. Me and my group work on music all the time. So like, especially in the music industry, you have to have an identity because you don't want to sound like everybody else. You have to get their attention. You always have to wake people up. And all of having an identity is about separating yourself from everybody else. We're all different people, but sometimes we all may have the same vision. In music, you definitely have to have an identity. You want to be able to separate yourself from everybody else. Because if you sound too much like somebody else, then people aren't going to pay you any mind because you sound like the next person. And people don't want to hear the same stuff over and over and over and over again, or stuff that's similar. It's like being told something over and over again and expecting to get something different. And having an identity is so important. And it may not even be you just developing your identity. It could be the people that listen to you that create your identity. I don't normally do this often, but I could actually definitely take you guys into kind of like a private session, I guess you could say, where I kind of go through my thought process and kind of show you what goes on in the mind of an artist. So definitely stay tuned.
Politics and polishing the problems and abolishing the dollars, but they promise to be modest on a planet full of lies. I'm just trying to keep it honest. I ain't about to be nobody's bitch and live up in the office like politics and nobody's bitch and trying to see what's up.
Talk about how music gives you an identity. Music gives you an identity to a degree. You want to come off sounding a certain way. You want to develop your own sound that separates you from everybody else. But it's not just you that does it, it's also the people that give you an identity. Like, some artists may be known to throw crazy concerts and others may be known to have chill concerts. And those concerts are based on the people that you see. Loyal people, pretty much everybody that went to our first show is literally our fan base, which isn't that bad because we sold out that show too. It's a small little venue, held like 150 people, and we sold that thing out. So it's a good way to start out. And then promoting stuff on Twitter and Instagram, getting all these followers. These people love hearing new stuff, especially young people. Like, high schoolers love hearing new stuff. They're like getting put onto new stuff. They're willing to listen to stuff and give it a chance. So you definitely have to target a certain group of people. And we tend to target not just people we know, but people our age and people that listen to stuff that we make. And we try to be diverse with it. Tell all these rappers that I'm coming for their spot now. Get in my way, you get toe tapped. Coming off foul, I get both flags, nigga. Beat drops and they say that's got a problem, you can come and see me in the lobby. Smack flame about your face and watch it leave your body. They call me guillotine cause taking heads is my new hobby. Freight train flow, name somebody who can stop me. I got rocket in my hands with plans of dropping me a bomb. Massive amount of cartage, man, to sound the alarm. Politicians politicking, polishing the problems and abolishing the knowledge, but they promise to be That's why you recite. The more you recite it, the easier it is to perform and be yourself when you actually go behind the microphone and do it. Because you don't want to read it out. You don't want to sound like you're reading it. You want it to come natural. The more natural it comes, the easier it is. Poppin', ducking in the street. Watch out for me, cause I'm chucking heat. My squad is on repeat. Vibrate your headphones with the beat. Before you speak, progress come, don't sweat the technique. Shit pop off, I'm hot till next week. And I'm first down from my head to my that you cannot seek. I can leave your ass to your fuck. I fucked up. Do it again. This beat kind of dragged a little bit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's all in the process. It's all in the process. Practice makes perfect. Keep on the lookout. Definitely keep on the lookout. Keep your ears open because you might hear me one day. Never let somebody tell you what you can and can't do, and never let somebody get in the way of what you want to accomplish in life. But it also takes you motivating yourself to do it as well. So always keep on track and always push towards the goals that you want to reach, and you will achieve.
Here I come, coming to rally the troops. Step into me, might as well be stuck in my boots. I'm in your hood in all black, this black shirt, this black pants, this black mask, this black attitude with my black ass. Get off of this dub with your whack ass. I'm running it back like a bad pass. I'm deadly on tracks like a bad crash, and I'm itching for fame like a bad rash. Money to make, so we stay at it. My renegades coming to cause havoc. I'm feeling for beats like a crack addict. The changing your station to all static. We're with the heat steady spitting the flame. You give a fuck about a critic acclaim. Quick get you done with the base of the brain, and if you on my way, then you're facing my aim. Blood on my enemies painting the frame.
See, this is why I love ODU. We have so many talented people here.
Definitely. And the fact that we can give them a platform to tell their stories is so important.
Our show is just filled with amazing stories today.
So, unfortunately, that wraps up our last show for the semester.
Oh, I'm so sad.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not sad about going on summer vacation, though.
Yeah, you're right. And I'm sure you're excited about graduating.
I know. I'm so excited. In 24 hours, I'll officially be alumni.
Well, congrats, girl.
Thank you.
Well, for more updates and to become a member next semester, go to wodustudios.com.
We hope to see you on our next episode.